Namaste. Today I am going to start a new series about Sri Vidya, the most esoteric and powerful form of worship. Worship in sense, it is a natural process where one merges with one's own higher self. That is the main principle of this worship. Rather than worship, I explaining it as a means of worship, I would like to put it in such a way that you realize your own self, how your inner self is formulated and how you are a part of the whole cosmic consciousness. This awareness is Sri Vidya. It is a deep study. It has been in practice from ages and ages, from the time of Vedas. We can't say whether in Vedas directly it has been described about Sri Vidya, but when we see about it in various scriptures, in various scripture texts, Puranas, Itihasas, in many things, the mention of Sri Vidya is given. The Sri Vidya, usually Sri Vidya is said that it is the worship of the mother goddess. In one way it is correct, and the other way it is as such that worship of the divine energy, the kinetic energy which makes the whole universe work. That is the worship of Sri Vidya. Sri Vidya worship is the worship of that part of that energy which makes the whole universe to work and carry on all the activities, how the cosmos was created and how it carries its energy throughout the whole world. That is the main thing. That part of energy we are worshipping. So the mention of Sri Vidya is in Vedas, as I have told you. It is not directly. Actually, the Vedas consist of 4 parts. That is the Samhitas, the Brahmanas, and the Aranyakas, and lastly the Upanishad. So in it, each the Samhitas are the hymns where you get all the rituals, how it has to be done. The Brahmanas describe you about the ritualistic part, how the mantras are formulated and how they have to be carried out, and what the ritualistic part of it and all. And the third comes the Aranyakas, which has the meditative part and the ritualistic part, how it is given and how you can carry out, for what things you have to do, and these are all given in the Aranyakas. And finally comes the Upanishad, which is also called Vedanta because the Vedas come to an end, and it has the core meaning of the Veda. It's not only about Vedas. The Upanishad describes you and takes you to the journey of what it is, just not by repeating the things, how, why and all it is given. It is given in the core of the subject is given in Upanishad. There are various forms of Upanishad. In it, each has the description of certain mantras or some rituals and all. Everything is given. And it is given with the inner meaning rather than the outer meaning. What does the inner meaning say? So in it, Tripura Upanishad describes about Sri Vidya Upasana, basically the Panchadashi mantra. The Panchadashi mantra along with Gayatri mantra is mentioned in the Tripura Upanishad. This Tripura Upanishad is further described in detail by Bhaskara Raya, a renowned Sri Vidya Upasaka of time immemorial. He has written it in Varivasya Rahasya. That I will tell you in detail what the text contains, how it is described, how Panchadashi mantra is described along with Gayatri mantra, what is the correlation between each of them. That I will describe in a different video. The basis of Sri Vidya is in various texts, but the profound text found is in the Brahmanda Purana, where Lalita Sahasranama is derived. It is a samvada, that is 2 people, 2 sages talk about the greatness of Lalita Tripura Sundari in Brahmanda Purana. That is what Lalita Sahasranama is. The end it comes. It is Sri Lalita Sahasraname Uttarakhande Hayagrivagasya Sambade Sri Lalita Sahasranama Sosrakatanam Sampurnam. We get in the end. It means that in Brahmanda Purana, Hayagriva and Agastya, these both rishis sit together and they do the samvada, they narrate each other about the greatness of Lalita Tripura Sundari, the main energy that we tell, the kinetic energy of the universe, of the cosmos which the whole world is created. That cosmic kinetic energy is described as Lalita Tripura Sundari. It is described in the feminine form. So in Lalita Sahasranama also, various instances you get about Sri Vidya and the rituals attached to Sri Vidya and the upasana of Sri Vidya. It's not given in the whole thing. Scatteredly it is given, so we have to delve into it, and deep study of Lalita Sahasranama gives us a very good insight about Sri Vidya Upasana. The second scripture where we can know about Sri Vidya in detail is Tripura Rahasya. This is again a narration of Lord Dattatreya to Parashurama. Parashurama, in one instance, he gets desperate, wants to know what is this world made up of, why it is like that, why the cosmos has created the whole world like this, what it is, how it is, who I am, what I am. So he is full of questions. He goes to Lord Dattatreya and he asks him about this. Then Lord Dattatreya describes him about the secret of the cosmos. That secret of the cosmos is Tripura Rahasya. It has the entirety of Sri Vidya in it, described in various forms. The rituals are given, the way, the meditative process, everything is given in detail in it. Further, after some days, after this discourse is done, Lord Parashurama has written some book about in Parashurama Kalpa Sutra. It gives in detail mainly about the he gives more importance to the Samayachara Tattva. I will tell you what is Samayachara Tattva, but it will be deviating now. In Parashurama Kalpa Sutra, there are 5 parts in it. In first is Arambha, then is Taruna, then third is Yovana, fourth is Prauda, and fifth is Svairachara. Once when one reaches from the Arambha and reaches up to the Svairachara, restrictions are gone from him. He raises his energy. His dimension emerges beyond the restriction part. I will tell you in detailed process what is this Arambha, what you do. In Arambha process what you do, and in Taruna what you do, in Yavana what you do, in Prauda, and in what does the Svairachara means, how you can take up your sadhana in that way. And also because this is mainly Samayachara, there will be no Punascharana or no Japa or no Tapa, no external puja in this Samayachara. I will explain you in detail. So the another text is Saundarya Lahari. Saundarya Lahari is an excellent example where Sri Vidya is given. Today also people take Saundarya Lahari as a very great example in which you get Sri Vidya in detail. Every shloka Adi Shankara has done in Saundarya Lahari explains deeply about the meaning of Sri Vidya. It not only gives you the ritualistic part of Sri Vidya, but at the same time it has the inner meaning. You have to delve into it. There are outer meaning for it, the inner meaning is more creamier than what it is from outside. So you have to delve into it and learn what Sri Vidya is, what Adi Shankara wants to explain about the magnificence of the Divine Mother through Saundarya Lahari. Today Saundarya Lahari is considered as the epitome of Sri Vidya, because it has the richness of Sri Vidya's ritualistic practices and also non-ritualistic practices. Both are given in it in detail. So Sri Vidya is considered to be the most esoteric and most deep and most difficult path. From ages it has been there. You have to understand it to make it. Actually, it is the most easiest one, but it is the most complex one to understand. For that only I have made this video, to everyone to understand that the complexity is self-created. You can understand it as easy as you understand any subject. The only thing is that you need the thirst to know how it is and what it is, and you have to put your mind and you have to imagine that energy of that divine mother. In your body also the same energy is working to function your bodily activities. That is the same in the outer world, the macrocosm and the microcosm, how it is correlated, how the universe has created the cosmos, and similarly how it has created the inner world of a human being. That also is described clearly in this Sri Vidya Upasana, the Nava Avaranas and the Sri Yantra. So how the Sri Yantra is created, what are the energies in it, what are the various stages of Sri Vidya, how are the energies distributed, why at all these energies are distributed, why at all it is created in this way, that we will go deeply. Then we can understand how the universe has created the outer cosmos and the inner microcosm. Similarly, that we will understand in detail when we delve into the Sri Vidya, how it is, what it is and all. We can know in detail and with clarity. In Sri Vidya, there are different schools of Sri Vidya. The most sattvic one and the most sought after one is Samayachara. Second is the one of Mishramachara, and third is Vamachara. The Saivik and Shivite practices give more importance to the Samayachara because of in the Kashmiri Pandits who have bought this Sri Vidya from ages till now. Everyone gives more importance to Samayachara because it is the most sattvic effect. And otherwise also, general practice also, Mishramachara is also prevalent very much. I will explain you what these schools explain, or how they differ, and what are the difference between them. First, in Samayachara school of worship, there is no Bahya Puja, there is only Manasa Puja. You worship from your heart. Outwardly there is no worship, outwardly no japa, no havan, no homa, nothing, no punascharana that you have to do for so many times this japa, then only it will acquire power. All these are not there. You offer your prayer to the divine energy from your heart. From heart to heart it connects. So this Samayachara is considered to be the highest one in Sri Vidya. It is recommended by all scholars and all great people. And Shivagama Panchaka gives you the insight about all these Samayachara tradition. It has given by various rishis of those days like Vasishta Samhita, Sanaka Samhita, Sanat Kumara Samhita, and Sukha Samhita and Sanandana Samhita. All these describes in deep what is Samayachara, how Samayachara can be carried out, how it is different from others, how one can take the spiritual journey according to Samayachara. All these are explained in this Shubhagama Panchaka. So it gives you the insight about this Samayachara school of ritual worship of Sri Vidya. So that also I will tell you I will make a different video and give you what this Shubhagama Panchaka gives us insight about Sri Vidya and Samayachara. And the second school of thought of Sri Vidya is Mishramachara. That is the collusion of two types of. One is Samayachara and other is Kaulachara. Kaulachara is the divine masculine and divine feminine. You worship both of them. Not that you worship only the divine feminine, the Shakti, but at the same time you will be worshipping the Shiva. Both the Shiva Shakti Swarupa you worship. That is called Kaulachara. When this Kaulachara and the Samayachara both are confusing in one, they are colluding, they are coming in confluence with each other, that is called Mishramachara. Here also Bahya Puja and Bahya rituals, Havan are less done. Only little part of Japa and Homa is done. That also prevalent very much in practice now. And the third one is Vamachara, which is forbidden, because this we can say that this is left practice because it is done to acquire the energy in a faster pace, to raise the Kundalini energy and thereby get the Shiva Shakti Sthiti to get that. Any Sri Vidya gives emphasis on the Shiva Shakti Aikya, that you know what you are. I am that I am that feeling, not only from your mouth but your system gets understood that you are that energy, that cosmic energy, and that cosmic energy is the one which makes you to function. That realization is Sri Vidya. So that part, when you go through Samayachara and Mishramachara, that goes in a slower place, as we say, slow and steady wins the race. You understand the each thing of the universe, why it was created, how it is created, how it correlates with your own self, and you, after understanding each part, each stage, you go to the other stage, then you understand few more things, then you go to the other stage. So it goes in a very subtle way where your system understands this, the whole process in such a way that you emerge as a person who realize from inside. That is Samayachara. Mishramachara gives you that same insight it gives you, but it gives you with a satisfaction that you are putting something from outside also, so that it can give you a concentration, it can give you some satisfaction from inside that you are doing some upasana. That is only different. There is no much difference because both are in a sattvic way. So anything which pleases you, you like it. You, whatever upasana or sadhana you do, you should have that commitment and liking towards it. Whichever attracts you, that is the best way. There is no better way, this or that. Whichever attracts you, whichever makes you feel good, that way you have to go. So when we come to this Vamachara, it is completely left practices. Forbidden practices are Makaras are used in it. What is Panchamakara? Makara means crocodile. So this crocodile, how it sits in the bank of the river just to pull the prey, like that this Makaras, Panchamakaras create such a bhibhatsa and such a dangerous situation, forbidden things, that you attract the negative energies and thereby you take the energies to raise your Kundalini. So they use matsya, liquor, and mamsa, beef and non-vegetarian food, offering it. They take themselves and they offer to the deity, and matsya, that is fish, they offer. And after that they mudra means various grains, uses of some grains in it, and offering things to God and the deity. And finally Maithuna, having sexual implication in this by that increasing your Kundalini energy. These are all forbidden. It's not at all in the scriptures. It is forbidden, dangerous. That path should never be taken by any sadhaka or any upasaka. So the main thing is now the Samayachara and the Mishrama, and being Samayachara is the best one because that doesn't involve any pressure on you. You deliberately, you become one with the God, with a smooth motion, slowly. You don't even realize that one day you have merged with the divine. So it goes in such a smooth pace, and finally you go and conclude yourself and merge with the Shiva Shakti. So this is considered to be the best part of ritualistic practice, or best part of Upasana in Sri Vidya. Sri Vidya gives insight about the creation of the cosmos and its symbolic aspect of the Avaranas. How the cosmos was created and explained in Sri Vidya Upasana, and how the 10 Avaranas was created. The cosmic powers are described in feminine form, and Avaranas, it is a symbolic representation. It's not that the energies are feminine or masculine, but in Sri Vidya Upasana, it is given a symbolic representation as Shakti is represented as a feminine energy. So all the Shaktis in the cosmos creation is described in Sri Vidya as feminine energy. Similarly, Sri Vidya Upasana involves one self body, the internal worship and the external worship. External worship is how the world was created, the Sri Vidya, the Sri Yantra, and how you do it. You know how the world was created in the form of 10 Avaranas, and how that is created in your own self, in your Shat Chakra, the 6 chakras inside you, how they are correlating with Sri Vidya, and how you can worship internally, meditate upon your 6 chakras, and thereby worshipping the Sri Yantra inside you. So that is also the Bahya Puja and Antar Puja. That is also a very important part in Sri Vidya. The Shat Chakra Dhyana in the microcosm is the miniature form of worship of the cosmic consciousness of oneself. So that is very great part. It is the highest peak level that I think, because that also comes under Samayachara, because when you worship the divine in you, you merge with the divine, and you know that you are the one and that is the one in you. That merging is Sri Vidya. So one by one I will be explaining you about Sri Vidya, how you can go step by step. First, before we delve into what is Sri Vidya, we should know the history. We should know the different schools, what they are, how they are different from each other, how we can choose. You have to get a natural affinity towards the school you are going. If you are interested in Samayachara, you should know not that it is good, so I am doing that. That part you should not have, because you should like it from inside, because their principles is connected with your system. You are attracted to that, or you are attracted to Madhyamachara because your system is in such a way that you get concentration in that. So you should like that. So if you should like it, you should know what it is. So for Samayachara, I will be explaining you about the Panchagama, Shubha Panchagamas, and I will also be explaining you about Parashurama Kalpa. That also I will be explaining, so that you will know about Samayachara, and you will also some instances from Saundarya Lahari and Lalita Sahasranama, and similarly where all Mishramachara is worshipped, how at all it is practiced, and from what sources you get it, and why it is good for you, and why you can take it for you. So after analyzing all this, you can take a route in Sri Vidya, in which form you have to go. Once you come up to this stage, then I will explain you what are the 10 Avaranas, and what are the detail is how it can apply in your microcosm and in your macrocosm, and how the universe was created as per the Tripura Rahasya, and all I will be explaining you in detail. If you have any doubts about this, you can anytime message me and clarify your doubts. If you have any problems regarding your Sri Vidya Upasana, you can anytime contact me. If you like, share with your friends and relations and your known people and your circle, so that the knowledge of Sri Vidya spreads.